Alright, this has been a crazy day, so I'm gonna try to make a little video for you. This is my workbench right now. Look at this craziness, man. So, okay, so here's what's going on. I'm getting ready to go to bed. It's Saturday night, and if I can get it to focus. I did a lot of yard work today. This has been a crazy few months for me, but I had one of my main knives. This is my first Paramilitary 2 that I ever had. In my pocket, digging in the ground and putting flower beds and stuff in, and it just got trashed today. Like, I honestly don't think it would cut me. Yeah, see how much pressure I'm putting on? It's super dull. It's usually razor sharp. So what I'm gonna do is try to move some of this crap off my workbench. I want to try these out. I'm gonna make a video for these. Check this out, man. Chicken, venison, you know what I'm talking about? For like prepper stuff. Let me get this junk off of here. I was thinking about making a video all weekend. Look at all these pills. You don't even know anything about that. All I got to say is I was in the military for a really long time. So, not anymore. The baby's sleeping, the wife's sleeping. I've been working on watches a lot lately. I'm trying to put, I don't know. Normally my workbench isn't quite this messed up. Oh, what's up? We're gonna do a watch collection video at some point. Oh, how about this? Oh man. Y'all don't need to know about that. All right, let's move this over here. Okay. I'm hoping that I don't have the kind of people watching my videos that are like trying to zoom in and see what my work ID says or prescription bottles say. I mean, if you're that way, cool, whatever. But okay, so just took all the junk out of my pockets. Awesome flashlight. Thanks, Randy, for that. Randy and Susan. This is the one I had in my pocket all day. I have blisters on my feet from working in the garden today. So, how about that Seiko turtle, baby? Man, I'll tell you what. When you, I'll tell you what though. This, my IWC, this is what was on me all day, and it just got disgusting. Nasty. But it just keeps on going, man. I need to clean it. Alright, so this is what we're going to talk about today. So, I don't like having a dull knife in my pocket. Let me get rid of this junk. I could tell I was doing yard work. Got the ethanol-free. These are the best baby wipes, by the way, if you need to wipe off your stones. Okay. Anyway, I usually have a really sharp knife in my pocket, but if I don't sharpen this tonight before I go to bed, then tomorrow when I go to church, I'm not going to have a sharp knife in my pocket unless I get a different knife. And I've just been really liking carrying this old S30V Paramilitary 2. S35VN or whatever. I have another one that's in that, and it's okay, but I just haven't had the same luck sharpening it. So, okay, let's get a baseline. Man, do I have anything I can cut with this? I just want to kind of show you. Nope, that's pull repair stuff. There's got to be some paper around here somewhere. All right. How about some junk mail? This is like a colonoscopy thing that I'm supposed to send to the VA. But I already got a one of those, so I don't need to do that. Okay. This is really dull. Okay? Alright. It's been... I don't care if something's dull. Like, or something's really sharp. I'll just use it anyway. So, that's what I did today. I'm trying to not get my belly in this too much. This has been my system recently. I used to use Spyderco and Edge Pro, Apex, and all that stuff, but lately I've just been doing this. So what this boils down to is, if I can find it, DMT stones, which these are really cool actually. And I have a coarse, extra coarse, and like a fine. So one more thing here. My videos are not fancy, y'all. Okay, so I've been using these things. It's on Amazon. It's like $6 or something. It's super cheap. It comes with a magnetic one and like a... Here, I'll show you. I got it. Where's it at? I have a few. And some of them have like this like low slippy stuff. But it doesn't work as well on these stones. So anyway, I have a bunch of these, but it has a magnet on the bottom. It's not a super strong magnet, but basically the principle is if you've ever used like a work sharp field sharpener or pocket sharpener where it has, this is like the smallest one I think they make. It's a really smart idea. They build the guide right here. So all you have to do is just lay it there and then go and you have your guide, and it's not complicated. The problem is it's only 1 degree. So lately I've been doing like 20 is what Work Sharp usually does on those little field sharpeners. And lately I've been kind of like in like 17. So this has 20, 25, 14, and 17. So 14 is what I'll use on like my kitchen knives. 20, I used to use that on utility knives, but not so much anymore. Okay, so let's get this going. What we're going to try to do, it's already been like 7 minutes into this video, but I don't really care because the people who watch my videos, to be honest with you, whoa, SodaStream, man. You guys got to get one. The people who watch my videos are probably in the weeds pretty good with this stuff. So, all right, so I'm going to try the fine. Actually, first I'm going to strop it and see if it comes back like that. I don't think it will, but we'll see how fast it... Yeah, there's no way. Everybody's strop's different. There's no way after digging in the dirt all day with this, the strop is gonna... I got dirt under there. No, not even close. Okay, a strop will take a sharp knife to a scary sharp condition, but it will not take a dull knife to sharp. So, let's start out with the old 17, if I can get it off the bench. So, with these, you can put one on one side and one on the other, and that's okay, but the problem is that you end up only using this part of the stone. So, and I use the word stone lightly here. So what I do a lot of times is I'll put one on one end, do a few strokes, and then put it on the other end, do a few strokes, and get kind of into this area. So we're not going to start on fine because this thing's pretty messed up. Now here's the extra coarse. We're not going to use that because, I mean, we might, but I don't think so. I'm just going to start off with the coarse and do a few strokes. So probably won't be talking a lot during this, but I put these little things right here. They're not perfect, but they kind of... What happens is if you just put this on the bench, it wants to slide around, so that irritates me. Okay, 17. Now you're going to be kind of coming at an angle, so what I'll do is I'll put it like that. And then what you want to do, even though I'm coming off of it and coming back down for that last little stroke, I'm trying to make sure that I get all of... like down to the tip. You never want to roll it off the stone because that takes off your tip. And what I'm doing is just kind of feeling to see if there's any kind of a burr, which there's not. And this is kind of a feeling thing. You just kind of get better at it over the years. I can't imagine we're going to have to go back to the extra coarse, but you never know. All right. I still don't feel a burr. We're going to have to go extra coarse. Do not compromise from the burr, no matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter if you've been stroking all day. If you don't have a burr, you're not ready for the next stone. So it's not a joke. Like, there's only one way to do it, and it's the burr. So if you don't have a burr, it's not going to be that sharp. You can go all the way down and find out on your own like that, or you can just trust me. I have friends that give me, like, kitchen knives and stuff all the time. And that's when I bust out this coarse stone, because their kitchen knives are probably pretty dull. All right, I'm just feeling for a burr. Man, this thing took a beating today. I didn't realize that I was beating it up that bad. Okay, the burr's gonna be right here. That might be why I wasn't feeling a burr. Sometimes when you're making videos, your brain doesn't work the right way, because it's like you're trying to concentrate on what you're doing, which is all you would normally be doing, but you're also looking through the viewfinder, trying to make sure that it's in focus and all that, and then you're trying to talk. So then it's like your brain is switching between talking, sharpening, and making sure that you're getting a good video, because if you don't get a good video, it doesn't really matter. And if you're not saying anything, it doesn't matter either, because nobody's just gonna watch it if they don't know what you're doing. So okay, yep, burr, 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 burr. There's a real big burr right there. You don't need a lot of burr, but you'll feel it. But don't think like, okay, I don't have a burr yet, I'm just going to switch to the next stone and maybe I'll get the burr on the next stone. No, man. Anyway, some of you might be wondering why I switched what I sharpen with, and it's mostly because of efficiency. You could probably ask a couple of my ex-wives and they would tell you that I was lazy. But I'm not lazy, okay? I just don't like doing things inefficiently. It irritates me. Like, if there's a lot of work that needs to be involved, it takes a lot of time, that's okay. But I don't want to do a bunch of unnecessary steps just because somebody out there thinks it's thorough and the right way, in quotes. I want something to be fast. And I use knives pretty hard, so if I need to sharpen a knife, I don't want to have to set a bunch of stuff up. Ooh. Yikes. That is nasty. Okay, we've already got a burr. I want to come into the garage with the fine stone and go zip, 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 strop it, and I'm done. And that's basically what it's like with this. Except I was digging in dirt today, so it is really bad. And you'll see, even when I'm putting pressure on it, it wants to turn, it wants to move that stone. So you have to be kind of careful. You don't want to put too much pressure on these diamond stones anyway, because it's glue that's holding on the little pieces of diamond, and it can come off. If you don't believe me, look at their data that they send with the stones. They talk about that, like a break-in period and all that. Alright, so this is how I really do it. I just do it quick. Boop, boop, boop. Once you get a burr, boop, boop, boop. And I'm sorry you can't really see it, how I'm doing it. I put this finger on there because I want to make sure that that tip is going on the stone. Alright. You shouldn't have to do a lot with this coarse stone unless you're reprofiling a knife, which is what this thing is acting like. Alright. Oh yeah. And what'll happen is it'll feel real sticky. Like it's already sharper than what a lot of people would have their knives, with just that extra coarse stone. So it says 220 mesh, which is really coarse. But we're gonna go ahead and put on this coarse one. I need to figure out a way to clamp this down a little bit better, but all right, 17. Oh, another thing. I had to buy more than one of these to get 2 oranges, which is what I use on the metal. Okay? But But for a while, I just had one set. And I just put the black one on one end and the orange one on another. Let's see. It's pretty good. This is really sharp, really sharp, really sharp, really sharp, really sharp. Yeah, good. Almost done. I'm just kind of going by feel right now. So with the coarse stone and the fine stone, whenever I'm done with them, what I'll do is I'll take a baby wipe and kind of clean some of the metal off. All right, get those off. I'll take one of these baby wipes. And then watch this, right? So this is super white. I'm just gonna kind of make it like a brush. Look at that. So that's all stuff that's making it, it's gonna make it harder to use the stone in the future because it's just gonna be built up. So I don't do anything too crazy. You don't want it like soaking wet overnight, but just clean it. Now we're gonna switch to the fine, yeah. So this is what typically I'll just be doing like this. Typically I come in from work at the end of the day or before I leave for work. I have these two orange ones on here and I'll just go at it real quick like this. A little bit closer there. And on your fine, you shouldn't really need that many because the knife's already pretty sharp. So if I only had one, I would just go with the coarse because I've stropped it out before after the coarse and it's pretty sharp. But this fine one's pretty nice to have. 600 mesh, so that's pretty good. Like usually on an Edge Pro Apex or something, by the time you get to the 600 stone, it's pretty sharp. Then when you go to the 1000, that's when it starts getting the mirror image. Now make sure, it's kind of like when you're doing squats, right? Like if you just do squats and you don't squeeze your butt, you're not going to get much out of it. So make sure you're pushing this down here, like pushing this down. Make sure you really make sure that that last part and then the tip are touching the stone. If you're just going through the motions and you're kind of just like, oh, okay, then it might not be actually making contact. All right, man, that's pretty good. So we've been digging in the dirt with this all day. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna see if it'll cut. Let's zoom out a little bit. It'll cut this paper, which for some reason is the only one I can find. Hey, all right, we're in business. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna strop it out. And we will call it good. So here we go. And yeah, I will clean off that stone. In fact, I'm gonna do it right now before I forget. So let's find a white piece. So here's white. Look at that. Now you don't want to get too crazy with these because the stone will hold on to the fibers, and then when you're sharpening the knife on there again, you'll see the fibers pop up on your knife. Let's drop this out. The Paramilitary 2, in my opinion, just for me, is the perfect knife. I always have one of these, no matter what I'm carrying. Whether it's a traditional knife or a Swiss Army knife or a Leatherman or something like that, this is what I have in my back pocket or somewhere on me where I can get to it quick. Because have you ever seen those videos of the deer where the people go out in the woods, you know, it's like a girl and she's like taking pictures and the deer is like, you know, trying to mate with her and just beat the crap out of somebody, you know, just get in there and start punching. Like, deer are pretty tough. I've seen enough of those videos and the videos of, you know, bear attacks and crazy stuff to where I think, you know what would be nice would be if you just had like a knife in your pocket where you could not like pull it out and go, oh cool, check out this Great Eastern cutlery knife here. No, I'm talking about like clip, boom, bam, right? Like we've got grippage, we can get it done. It's not the end of the world. You got a point, you got some sharpness. I don't want to call it a weapon because if ever in the future I have to say it's not a weapon, I don't want to get busted, but it's just a nice tool to have in your pocket. If you ever, like, old-timey knives and stuff are cool because of the, like, vintage factor and everything, but we still live in 2025, if it's 2025 when you're watching this video, and there are really good things available out there. Now, this design and steel is kind of old, but it's really good technology for what it is. Okay, so we got it stropped. Oh yeah, effortless. So nothing to cut it. And that was just with the strop and these stones. Will it cut hair? Let's see, I'll get it in the camera here. Not too bad. Probably use a strop or two more, but anyway, that's actually not that great. Let's try it again here. Now, some people strop different. They'll go like this, which is fine, but you got to be careful because if your tip digs in, you can mess up your tip. And a sharp tip can make all the difference in the world. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing is ever going to cut, no stainless steel is ever going to give you that just gnarly, sharp edge like a carbon steel. Like, no matter what. Like, you can get this really sharp. Let's see if I can get it on my arm here. There you go. That's what you want. You don't want to have to go. You just want one pass, and it pulls the hair off. That's when you know. Now, don't put the knife away like this, because hair dulls knives pretty easy. Strop it a couple more times before you put it away. This one actually needs some oil on the pivot and stuff because it's been really beat up today. But that is how it's done, my friends. I mean, there's many ways to do it, but that's how I do it. So, thanks for bearing with me. And like I said before, you know, you open up one of these guys and, oh man, that is nasty. What's in there? It's got something in the pivot. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's cool to have old knives, but like, see, now that doesn't even want to unlock. I gotta look into this one. What's going on with that? I was gonna show you something that's actually sharp. Like, it's, like, look at this. This is carbon steel. I mean, I didn't even strop it, right? But you saw it's like acting weird because it needs to be oiled. And here's another one I carry a lot. Ah! This one's in my fanny pack almost all the time. My little Walmart fanny pack. I carry this to work to cut like apples and stuff. I like having a fixed blade on me. And this is a really tiny one. So let's see if this one will do. I got any hair left. Oh yeah. So That's the difference between a carbon steel and a stainless. For some reason, I don't know why, you can just get it sharper. I don't know why. At least it's been my experience that it just sharpens up easier, I shouldn't say stays sharp easier. It just behaves better than a stainless steel knife. But, you know, even though this is a little fixed blade, you carry this on your belt or something like that to church, people are going to be looking at you weird, or work. So, but this in your back pocket doesn't really take up much room. But anyway, thanks for joining us. Got that little thing. Yeah. It does all right. It does all right. And we will see you again here at the workbench. This is what these look like. I'm going to let these dry because what will happen... Oh, they're already dry. Yeah. Sometimes there'll be like a little like wet streak in the middle of one of them. And you don't want to put it away wet. So the way I store these is I'll put them on top of each other and kind of put them away. Most of the time I leave the fine one out because I use that for touch-up all the time. You know, if I'm leaving for work and I grab one of these fixed blades, one of these traditionals, I'll hit it on the old fine one a couple times in the strop and then head out the door. It's pretty quick, but and then with these, I'll leave these on there because, like I said before, they're magnetic, and usually 17 is what I do for the smaller knives. But all right, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway soon because I'm trying to spin up Patreon, which I don't have Patreon right now, but I wouldn't mind having one because it's always nice to have income streams, even if it's just like $1 a month by like 10 people or something. So I'm probably going to start giving away some traditional knives. I've got a bunch of old knives that I don't really carry that are cool knives. Like this is a carbon, this is a CV, a large Stockman. Cool knife. I'm just not going to carry it because I already have other knives that I carry more often, you know. I got a bunch of old trappers and I don't know. So we'll see. I'm going to start giving stuff away and then try to get people to do Patreon with me. But I don't even have a Patreon set up right now, so don't worry about that. Oh, what did I have in my pants all day? This guy right here. Oh, man, look how dirty it is. And I clean this thing all the time, too. That is disgusting. I probably cleaned this thing 5 days ago. It just gets gross if you carry it all the time. This is actually kind of cool because it has, I use these aluminum shell. I think it's CCI that makes them. I'm not sure. But, or I don't know. I think it's CCI. But they're a lot lighter weight than the shiny brass ones. Some of you just cringed because I put this on this and slid it around a little bit. But this has been like my roll dog for a long time. And trust me, it's been beat up. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we will see you again next time. Head over to Amazon and get you one of these, or get a couple of them. I don't think you'll be disappointed. God bless you all.